It's been a while since I've slammed my desk, hasn't it? When's the last time I just went like on my desk? It feels like it's been quite a bit. Anyway, Ace Attorney, Elements of Justice, Case 3, Episode 3. So before we get into this banger of an episode, I would like to talk about another banger of an episode. Bluey, the show Bluey. If you've not seen the show Bluey, you stupid head, go watch the entirety of 3 seasons. It is quite possibly one of the most perfect shows that you will ever watch in your entire existence. It is so good. But, I watched the season 3 finale. I'm pretty sure most of you have oh my god. I'm sure most of y'all have heard of it by now. The heckin' sign, that episode. But, god damn, bro. I was just binging Bluey finally because I just thought that, hey, well, maybe it's finally my time to go through the entirety of Bluey because I've been hearing good things about the show for such a long time. And, it was such a fantastic experience. And then right after I finished the 40th episode of the 3rd season, a week later, the sign drops, and I'm just like, wait, whoa, what anyway. Previously on Elements of Justice. Yes. Give me the juice. Oh, no previously. February 21st, 12 p.m. Manhattan Detention Center.
I just feel like I'm cursed,
I am cursed.
What are you talking about?
Nearly every case I've taken has gone wrong in some way before I'd even entered the courtroom.
I mean, that's just Ace Attorney in general.
You sure you're not exaggerating just a bit?
No,
I'm sure.
Absolutely not.
One of my clients didn't even speak English, and another was so sheltered she was practically mute.
Oh, that sucks.
Only that was ages ago. You're still annoyed about all that?
I would be.
No, it's just because, well, look at what's happened now.
I see what you're getting at, yeah. Things have been...
imagine you're trying to, solve a case, try to defend your client, and your client only speaks Japanese, and you don't know any Japanese. That would suck! That would suck so badly! It is you're just client speaker testimony, and he just go on! Ocha! I haven't done much Japanese Duolingo.
I've been kind of...
Diamond in the rough.
delayed, I guess you could say.
Exactly. We're only just now getting to speak with Rarity, after all.
Did we get to know the
we're
prosecutor
here now,
today?
right?
Probably not.
And they even let Trucy and me in here. They didn't have to do that,
She's right, Polly. Turn that frown upside down.
I cannot turn my frown
I'd like to
upside down.
start
I cannot
turning this
rip my
case
smile off
upside
my
down.
face.
But here we are. Fine.
Defense attorney, your client's coming out now. Make the most of your time. Got it?
No, I
Finally,
won't. I'll
progress.
make no time.
Time to hear Rarity's side of the story.
Oh, she's got a thingamabob.
Rarity, are you okay?
I'm fantastic.
Been better, Trucy.
You look beat, Rarity. Don't tell me they've been interrogating you too much.
No, it's nothing like that. I'm honestly just tired.
I would be too.
It's been a rather
Turbulent.
turbulent couple of days, you see.
Good choice of
No
words there.
kidding. Even calling that an understatement feels like an understatement at this point.
Well, you don't got nothing to worry about now. We're on
What
the
do you mean?
case. And Apollo's gonna mop the floor with that pompous prosecutor, just you see.
The prosecutor is a liquid. I'm gonna mop up that liquid, and I'm gonna squirt it out into a bucket full of justice. oh yeah, Prince Bloodblood.
No, how could I forget?
Oh god, yeah, that guy.
Case, isn't he?
Wait,
No. Thank God. Thank
Nope,
God.
He's been kicked to the curb.
Amen.
Sorry, Applejack. I forgot to tell you. Anyway, we don't have to worry about Prince Blueblood. He was removed from the case. I'll tell you why later.
Oh, thanks, Celestia. To think I was about to put my life into the hooves of that boyish brute.
Yeah, there is no
She
chance
didn't
if
know.
Blue Blood was there.
That's... Why would that be? Unless... Rarity. Does this mean that you haven't spoken to a prosecutor yet?
That's right, yes. Is there something wrong with that?
Wrong might not be the most accurate way of putting it, but it's odd. Usually the prosecutor jumps at the chance to speak to the defendant. That way they can try to strike some sort of deal or put pressure on them. Things like that.
Interesting.
Maybe this new prosecutor is playing catch up too, and they haven't had the time yet?
That'd be a stroke of good luck.
Like,
Maybe.
either the prosecutor is going to be Luna again, which I'm fine with, considering the last Spawns of Justice episode. Like, that would honestly be pretty cool, but, like, if it's not Luna, this happens to me every time. I'm so curious. I am a curious boy. I would walk on the sidewalk to like a, to like a, I don't even know what I think I'm speaking too fast right now because I cannot get a single word uttered out of my mouth. I gotta speak slower, enunciate. Diction is done with the tip of the tongue.
But maybe not. What is with this case? Nothing about it is normal. Not even the prosecutor. I just want something to start making sense.
What's the fun in making sense?
Is it just you three seeing me today?
Sweetie Belle and Spike are outside. They're not allowed in, unfortunately.
Sad times.
We're lucky the three of us got in here at all.
Oh, poor sweetie. How is she? Has she been eating?
She's been eating too
She
many
hasn't been-
shoes.
Cooking? Has she?
Hopefully not.
No, she's doing okay. Better than she was before, at any rate.
Alright. And Spike, how is he?
He's also
He's
eating
really
shoes.
pumped about
Mostly
finding something
flip-flops.
that'll prove your innocence.
Of course he is. That darling is never in want of enthusiasm, that's for sure.
As much as I like to keep up the small talk, we are on a bit of a timetable. So, if you don't mind.
I completely understand, Apollo. I believe I've warmed up enough. What would you like to ask me?
I
Would you like some Burger King?
think it'd be best to start at the beginning, before any of us arrived in Equestria. Bridalway Theater, the play. What can you tell us?
Well, I was there, as you all know.
That's right. You had the last ticket for the show, didn't you?
Yes, Coco gave it to me as a gift about 2 days prior. And so, on the night of Overall's death, I attended the theater.
Where were you seated?
I was in the front row.
Can you show us where exactly? Here, point to it on the theater layout. Do you mean right in the middle of the front row, or somewhere else?
No, I mean exactly in the middle. Right there.
Got it. Thanks, Rarity.
Received from Mr. Brent. Okay. It's good information there. A little bit of an R on the stage.
Front row,
Not the stage,
huh?
but the thingamabobs.
Coco really went all out getting you that ticket then. Something like that would cost you a hoof and a leg.
It was rather
Hoof and
generous
a
of her.
leg.
But I'm so lucky she pulled through. Andrea McGamble was simply divine as Hinny, darling. Oh, I do wish you'd been able to see her. Even you would have appreciated her talents.
But what if I already
Maybe next
appreciate
time,
it?
Rarity, when we're not in the middle of a mystery.
Does it really matter where she was sitting, though?
It's hard to say, but it can't hurt to know. What happened when Overall...
You know, I don't know what it is about tonight, but for some reason I'm really enjoying the voice acting more than usual. I don't know what it is, but it's something about tonight. I just really appreciate the voice acting here. I don't know why. I mean, the voice acting's always been fantastic in this series, but I just something about tonight.
Overall fell from the catwalk, by the way. In detail, I mean.
Well,
I'm not gonna
I
say
saw
cakewalk
a
this
couple
time,
of the
guys, I'm
actors
sorry.
looking distracted, I suppose you'd say. One of them looked up and then screamed. Naturally, that got every pony in the audience to look too. And that's when they saw it. Overall's body hanging there.
At which point, the audience reacted as one would expect.
And it probably didn't help that they turned off all the lights.
Not in the slightest. Even with the stage hooves coming onto the stage and trying to calm every pony down. It was a cacophony of calamity. I could barely make out what they were saying, even with me being in the front row. Which reminds me,
It was very chaotic.
the stage hooves! They saw me in the front row as I ran onto the stage, just before the lights went out. I remember we made eye contact. I couldn't have killed Overall without them seeing me. Surely the police or some pony with even an ounce of brain could figure that out.
I think
You would think.
that might be where the charge itself comes into play.
The charge? What do you mean?
I mean,
In
charging
the
your
lobby,
phone.
After Sweetie Belle's trial, when Lawkeeper Equity ordered your arrest, she let it slip that this wasn't a straightforward murder accusation.
Yes!
You are to arrest the pony suspected of conspiring to murder Overall Concept. Miss Rarity.
Dun dun dun.
That's true. She did say that.
That's true. I was there.
What does
I
that
was there when
mean,
she said
though?
that.
Besides the obvious.
I reckon it means you're gonna have to play this one a little differently. Right, Apollo?
right, yeah.
No, actually, no. We're gonna play it
I
the
don't
exact
like
same.
the sound of this.
Don't worry, Rarity. If anything, this'll be easier. Right, Polly?
Yes, right after we go to
Definitely
McDonald's.
circumvents the need to argue about your actions that night. You're not on trial for physically taking Overall's life, after all. What we need to demonstrate is that you had no involvement in the events that took place that night. And since we all know you're innocent, that shouldn't be too hard to prove.
Do you think so?
I disagree.
We know so, Rarity.
I do need to ask about something else.
I don't know why, but for some reason, I got the desire to just punch Applejack in the face. I'm becoming the Joker. Oh my god, I sound crazy. I'm so sorry. This is an evil laugh. This is a maniacal laugh. You guys should be worried. You got it right, Apollo. Like, what the frick?
Else though.
Oh my God.
Supposedly, an incriminating letter exists that proves your guilt. Or, at the very least, gave the police reason enough to arrest.
You know, who out of the main six would have the most punchable face? Would it be Applejack? I'm honestly not sure.
you. Do you know anything about that?
Not at all. I haven't written anything that could be considered suspicious or incriminating. Goodness, who do the police think I am?
A criminal.
Someone capable of planning another's death for a start.
Have you seen this letter? What exactly does it say?
I killed Overall Concept. Sign Rarity!
Don't know.
You don't know?
That's
Rarity,
criminal.
please. We don't want the guard to throw us out.
Sorry, darling.
We haven't been able to get our hands on it. The police still have it under examination.
Oh. Well, when you have the chance, please ask to see it.
Man, we never get all the
Imagine what it might
information,
say.
do we?
But whatever it is, it did not come from me.
We will ask, Rarity. Don't worry. We're not exactly amateurs when it comes to this thing.
Right, yes. I do apologize, Apollo. It appears that these events have upset me more than I'd like to admit.
No need to apologize for feeling a little antsy, Rares. These are stressful times.
You got ants in your
Even
pants.
so, well, never you mind. Apollo, what else have you discovered?
Well, I discovered that my
we
fingers
certainly
are filled with
looked,
cheese.
but there wasn't much. We meant to go to Overall's room at Brideway Theater.
His room had been picked clean by the police, I'm guessing.
Well, except for one
Yeah,
block of cheese
But we
and a
went to
mouse.
his other room, though.
Other room? What do you mean?
There was loads of cheese there.
Playwright mentioned something about Overall having a second room at another place he worked at. It's called Charismatic's Mare Attic.
What a strange name.
Yeah, not
I
really.
can't say I've ever heard of such an establishment.
That ain't a surprise, Rarity. When we checked it out, it didn't look like some place you'd care to know about.
So he worked there?
Yes.
I always assumed his role at Bridalway was his first major position.
Well, we still don't know what it was that he did there, though.
It's not like he was a janitor, Trucy. I'm guessing it was similar to what he was doing at the theater.
Costumes.
Not that this other room even helped, anyway. It was kind of a waste of time, if I'm being honest.
Why don't we check his room at Bridalway anyway, then? You never know. It might help.
You think there'll even be anything after all this time?
It's better than not doing anything or standing around complaining, right?
But I love
You
standing
say,
around and
looking directly at
complaining.
me.
That's a marvelous idea, darling. If there's any place you should check, it's Overall's Bridalway room. Even if it's already been investigated.
That's never stopped us before, I guess. We'll check it out then. Though this is starting to feel a bit like Groundhog Day.
Round and
What
round
day?
the record spins all day.
Like a time loop, you know?
Try to stop, you can't
Alright.
get
Twilight
away.
mentioned going through something like that before.
And that...
I mean, would you call that a time loop? I don't know if I would call that a time loop, but that does remind me of a really good fanfic that I listened to. I don't remember. I should rewatch that sometime on the channel because it's so good. It's called The Diary of a Time Looper, and it has Twilight actually going through a time loop. It is so phenomenal. That fanfic is so tragic. It just gets you just like, you can feel just heart-wrenched from it. It's just, ugh. And the feeling stays with you throughout the whole entire reading. I love it so much. It's so good. And there's also another really good fanfic that I've listened to a couple of times. I never remember the name. Like, I have to think about it for a little bit before I remember the name. But then I remember it, and I'm just like, oh yeah! It's called Can't Stand to Be Apart. That one is also so heartbreaking and just... Oh, it is so depressing, and it feels horrible to go through, but it's that, like... Oh, it's such a hard feeling to describe, but it's so terrifying imagining yourself in that situation. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's a reading done by Scribbler Productions. Can't Stand to Be Apart. Recommended to all of y'all. Just be aware, it is a grimdark.
That is something we'll skip going over until later, I guess. Man, no Groundhog Day? That's a classic, too.
Yeah, it's a classic.
I
You guys know
don't
the
mean to
sequel to
pry,
Groundhog Day? That's like a
but
VR game?
Can I
That one's
ask you
pretty good.
something, Apollo?
Sure, what is it?
Is Rainbow Dash alright?
No, she's absolutely
I heard the guards
horrible.
talking, you see, and
She
what I
dug
heard-
herself into a hole.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. They were just like how some ponies talked about her the last time this happened.
When Mr. Right first arrived, man, maybe it really is like Groundhog Day.
Do you know how
Maybe,
she is?
maybe.
Or who's defending her? Is it gonna be Phoenix again?
I don't know much, to be honest. I haven't had a chance to debrief. But from what I hear, it's not Mr. Right who will defend Rainbow Dash. It's Sonata.
Ooh. I can imagine that Rainbow isn't too happy about that.
Well, she will later
What
on.
choice does she have? Some ponies got to defend her, and Sonata's more than proven she's willing to go that distance.
Yeah.
If what we've seen of her is any indication, she's a great attorney. Rainbow's in good hands, or hooves, I mean.
I'm surprised
Gotta make
you're
that
worried
joke at
about
least
her,
once
though,
in the
Rarity.
series.
You two didn't exactly end on good speaking terms.
I would be lying if I said that her words about Sweetie Belle don't greatly bother me. But I would never wish her ill will for it, or at all. And I know her heart.
That's my Rarity.
Under all that brashness and bravado, is a pony who truly cares about her friends.
Very
What kind of pony
true.
would I be if I were to turn my back on her now, Apollo? I'll tell you. A traitorous one. A selfish one. I won't abandon her.
Damn.
Rainbow Dash doesn't deserve
Good lines, good
it, no
lines.
matter what she said or did.
Good lines.
An awfully generous stance to take.
She is
I think
the
most
element of
people struggle
generosity.
not to hold on to some bad feelings. But all that talk about what Rainbow, and only Rainbow, deserves. And you, Rarity, what do you think you deserve?
That's an interesting question. I probably deserve
Hello?
at least like a glass of water.
You are going to get me out of here, aren't you? It's just, I recently...
Dex Rary in the face. No! No, I would never get you out of here. I'm in a violent mood today. I don't know what's up. I'm ready for violence.
met with a new client before all of this happened, and we were meant to continue working together. I wouldn't want to let her down on account of all this.
Rarity, you don't need to act like you want to be free for someone else's sake. It's okay to think about yourself for a change too, especially when it's a situation like this.
Yeah.
And in answer to your question, yes, I'll get you out of here. I promise.
Do you
Don't
mean
promise.
that? I'm just so worried, you see. What if it can't be done?
It'll be fine. It can and will be.
It'll be fine, you know. It's not like their whole life is on the line. It's not like just the stakes have been risen to a point where anything and everything is stressful. You'll be fine.
Be done. I'll prove it. Not just because it's my job, not just because people are counting on me, but because I believe in you.
Get that inspiration, get that confidence. Yeah.
Thank you, Apollo.
Aw.
We all believe in you, Rarity. Celestia's honest truth.
And we'll fight as hard as we can to make sure every pony else believes your innocence too.
You're all too kind. Thank you again.
Seeing Rarity smile like that, even while crying, seems to have made us all feel a little better. It means, at the very least, she now trusts what we just told her. But
That's
what I
good.
find most interesting is her initial doubt, her worry that I wouldn't get her out of here. I'm not offended. To be honest, it's made me realize that we're alike in more ways than I thought. What is faith without doubt? She didn't blindly.
What is faith without doubt? Hold on, let me ponder that for a second. Now, that line is actually kind of interesting. What is faith without doubt? Because to be honest, you can have faith without doubt, and it's more of like a blind faith. But most of the time, having blind faith isn't really a good type of faith, you know? Because when you have blind faith, you're kind of unwilling to take anybody else's stance or perspective, and you're just kind of like stubborn and set on this one entire thing. Sometimes you could be right, and sometimes you're wrong, but a lot of the times when you have blind faith, it's a lot more of a gamble, you know? You don't truly know if what you're believing in is fully correct. But with not blind faith, you kind of have those first initial doubts, and you have to like think and ponder about what you're believing in a lot before you really start to have true faith in that thing. And while the two can lead you down the correct path, I feel like those initial doubts first are more important, so that you could probably defend your faith a lot better if you have those initial doubts, you know? So I would say, what is faith without doubt? I say it is true faith with doubt.
Place her faith in me.
Good faith.
She was uncertain and questioned me just now. Kind of like she wasn't afraid to face her doubts head on and speak her mind.
Guys, imagine if I had no eyeball.
You about done in there?
Looks like our time
Yes.
here is running out.
Wait! Just another minute, please. I need to ask them one more thing.
Hurry up, then.
Apollo, you'll be taking Sweetie Belle with you, yes? I don't want her going off on her own.
Yeah, we can do that, no problem.
Excellent.
Sure
Then
can.
Hang on a
do.
minute there, Rares.
Whoa, Jam,
I'm not sure that's a good
what-
idea.
What do you mean? What?
It's just, she and Spike haven't been exactly getting along.
Oh, the heck
Having
with
the two
them.
of them around each other is likely to cause trouble.
Take Spike to Twilight. Where's
dear.
Twilight, by the way?
Well, what should we do? Send one of them home?
Yeah, have them do a rave at the house.
Not sure. I mean, Spike. If I'm being honest,
Party at Spike's place?
I'm
Okay,
a little worried about the poor dear.
fair
I-
enough.
Know how he feels about me,
Ooh.
so I'm sure he thinks he needs to go above and beyond for my sake. Even if he doesn't do as much as he'd perhaps like to. Letting him help will make him feel like he's contributing.
Aw, that's
And
nice.
Sweetie Belle, wouldn't she want to help?
They both would. Oh, Applejack, what do you think we should do?
I say let them help a little
Ain't
bit.
no
just a
sense
little
in
bit.
keeping both of them around. But if Spike's with us, he's with us. If we send Sweetie Belle home, she's got her friends to keep her busy. Zecora or some pony else can also make sure she's not acting up.
That's hardly fair for Sweetie Belle, is it?
No, yeah,
No,
that's not
it
really
ain't.
fair.
But what about this whole thing is?
That's
We
also
gotta
a very
cut our
good
losses
point.
somewhere.
I suppose you're right.
Yeah. It's probably for the best, really.
Dude, Sweetie's gonna like
Then it's
break
settled.
out though. She's
Apollo,
gonna skip and
Trucy,
she's gonna try to help.
Y'all take Spike and head on back to Broadway Theater. I'll take Sweetie Belle to the train station and meet you there once I'm done. Sound good?
No
Sure.
complaints here.
Rarity, don't
Oh,
you
that's
fret.
shocking,
Like
Apollo.
we said, we're all here for you. We'll get you out of here if it's the last thing we do.
Thank you, dear. And good luck, every pony.
Let's hope it's not the
I
last
just
thing
know
you
you'll
do.
find something to help me.
February 21st, 12:50 p.m. Broadway Theater. Overall's changing room. Go.
What is it, Spike?
It just hit me. This is the last room Overall was in before he died.
I'm not gonna say anything.
It's kind of
A
spooky,
spike of
you know?
ingenuity.
Are you sure you want to do this? It's fine if you wait outside. You can still help with the rest of the investigation when we're done here.
No, I'm cool. It's all cool.
I'm cool and
I'm a
strong.
fearless dragon. It's just a room. I've got to be strong for Rarity.
It's just a
If
room.
you say so.
The room comes alive, starts decking Spike in the face. It's just a room, huh? I'm punching my desk. I have the thought to punch Applejack, you know. What is with me and punching tonight? What is up with me?
Rarity was right about the above and beyond thing. It's amazing he can make himself bear that kind of responsibility. Still, people, ponies, dragons?
Creatures.
How do they refer to everyone here again? Every pony? As attorneys,
every creature.
we so
Yeah,
often
every
find
dragon.
ourselves in
Uh-huh.
these kinds of places. We forget how perturbing they can be to others.
It's not just spooky. It's also kind of sad.
You can tell because of the
Overall
music
was
that
such a
kicked
big
in.
part of this place, yet business is going on as usual. I know every pony is just trying to be strong. Maybe trying to live up to his legacy in some way by continuing the work. But
How
it's
does
almost
that
like
business
he was never
be?
even here. Like every trace of him is slowly disappearing.
Well, let's not go that far. It's not like everyone has forgotten him, right?
We haven't
It
forgotten
doesn't
about
matter
him.
what the place looks like. He still exists, just inside the hearts of those that knew him, those that cared about him. You know? In a way, so long as people don't forget about him, he's still here.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Is something wrong, guys?
We're fine.
Nope.
Don't worry.
We're totally okay.
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 But hey, wait a minute. Coco's still working here. Forget
Really?
about us.
Wow.
How in Equestria is she feeling?
There'll be time to worry about that later. For now,
Yeah.
let's check out this.
Considering I think the first Bonds of Justice episode. Whew, I still remember that one.
room, alright?
Nice sound effects, guys.
Right. Well, looking around here, it seems the place has been scrubbed clean. Just like we thought.
Scrub-a-dub-a-dub.
Still, there's got to be something the police missed.
Oh, wait, Polly! Do you think they removed the fluorescent paint hoof prints?
Oh yeah,
I highly doubt
maybe.
they leave it around. But it can't hurt to check. Let's check by turning off the lights.
Spike at your service. Let me take
Spike, no. Don't remind me. Don't remind me of that horrid episode. Please, please let me free.
care of that.
Well, that confirms it.
Check behind the
Wipe this
mirrors.
place down after Coco's trial. Spike, can you turn the
No,
lights back
check
on?
behind the mirrors.
On it! No. Something about this is bugging me. They were investigating Overall's death, right? That's supposedly how they found a reason to convict Rarity for conspiracy to murder. Am I right?
No.
Yes, that's correct.
If that's the case, why'd they clean this place? Isn't it part of the scene of the crime? You'd think they want to keep it undisturbed as much as possible.
Maybe the theater staff did it. It sounded like they were gonna go straight back to work once the trial ended, which would include cleaning schedules, right?
Yes, yeah.
Even if that's what was going on, you'd think the police would have stopped him if this place was still important. Something about this is fishy.
I want Spike.
That's the...
You know what, Spike here? Spike's actually kind of gaming here. He's actually kind of thinking. I'm not gonna lie. Throughout, I think pretty much all of Elements of Justice, in my opinion, Spike has kind of been an NPC for some reason. He kind of just says pretty generic responses, in my opinion. But here, I feel like Spike's finally kind of getting a character here. They're really starting to put him have more lines and such and have him contribute to the plot. And he's already kind of offering some decent viewpoints. Though I'm trying to think though if Apollo Intrusi would have eventually thought about this. But then again, even the most experienced and smart attorneys, sometimes they just don't think of stuff and need other people's perspectives, so anyway.
Good point. It seems rather careless for the police to allow a room related to the investigation to be scrubbed clean. What's the reason?
Now that I think about it, that space behind the curtain there is pretty suspicious.
I'm gonna go check it out.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Hey, careful not to move anything around there too much.
It's just sound
It's important
effects.
for the case.
Yeah, I know.
Shut up,
Maybe a
Apollo.
dragon, and surprisingly sharp. But I can tell. He's very much still a kid.
Wow, there's an awful lot of room back here.
Behind a curtain?
Really?
Yeah, come check it out.
Secret room?
You're right. It is quite spacious.
Secret box.
That's right. You can hide a whole pony in here. Especially if you close the curtains.
Ooh, that's really good information to know.
Pony. I wonder, could there be another party involved?
Spying
Wait a
curtains.
I went to the theater through the back door, just like you said, and
Yeah,
made
this
my
is all
way
the way
to the
back
dressing room.
case one.
There were 2 ponies in there, Coco and Overall. I kept my eyes on the room and the surrounding area, waiting for an opportunity to take the fabric.
After Coco left the room, I hid behind a curtain so that I would not be seen. Overall was still in there, but I figured this would be the best chance I had to steal the fabric. I waited until his back was turned and then entered the room.
If Overall's back was turned...
Hey, I know that look. Twilight gets it sometimes.
The, look?
Yeah, it's the, I think I figured something out, but I'm not sure if I should say anything look. Actually, Pinkie Pie patented it and...
Hold your horses.
Wait, what did Pinkie Pie call it?
Is that offensive? Never mind. I can't say I figured something out. Not yet. I just remember what Suri said during her testimony. Overall's back was turned, right?
Right.
Yes.
That's how Suri was able to sneak in.
Sure, but why was he facing away?
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe you saw a
something
cool
must have
penny on
distracted
the
him.
ground.
Exactly. And I'm willing to bet that something must have been standing there, behind this curtain.
Something or some pony.
Actually, no. It was a big dime. It was a big shiny quarter that was like standing behind the curtains, and he wanted to give it a good touch.
That's the million-dollar question.
It was not $1 million.
So you did
It was
figure
only a
something
quarter,
I
guys.
figured out a possibility. But until we find some evidence to show that something or someone really was behind this curtain, and honestly, given that this place was turned upside down by the police,
Upside
that isn't
down.
likely to happen anytime soon.
I like that
Well,
voice acting. That
That
was
just
cool.
means all I've got are possibilities. And I need more than that.
Oh, yeah. I guess I shouldn't have jumped to conclusions. Still,
We all jump
that
to
doesn't mean we
conclusions,
should give
Spike.
up.
Hey, I never said that. Besides, we still should search the whole room, not just this space in the back.
Huh? What the?
What the scallop?
What is it, Spike?
This desk over here. One of its drawers is stuck.
And you're telling me none of the police, none of the ponies that investigated this room, that they did a thorough scrub through, did not try and pry the drawer open? Now it's either that, or they kept the drawer closed. They figured out what was inside of it and made sure that the drawer could not be opened. Let's open it, shall we?
Huh? It feels like something is shaking loose, but it's not opening. That bites.
No, it doesn't. Drawers
give it a
don't
try.
bite, Spike.
Darn it. No luck.
Let me take
Be
a look at
careful. The drawer might... Oh,
it. Wait a
never
minute. This is a false bottom?
No way! Hurry up and open it!
Huh? It's a...
Wait a second! February 17th. No, but wasn't there like a whole equestrian race or something like that in Turnabout Storm, the one with Ace Swift and freaking Rainbow Dash? Wasn't that like the whole the fake motive that everybody was given so that Rainbow Dash had a reason to kill Ace Swift? I'm pretty sure that was a thing. It's been like a year, but I think I remember.
It's a flyer for the Equestrian 600?
Man, I can't believe we're going back to this.
It's a Pegasus racing competition.
Wow.
Isn't that name a little bit generic?
Not really. It's a race held
What do
in
you mean,
Western,
not
and it
really?
covers about 600 miles in total. What else would you want?
I don't know. A more unique and creative name, actually?
I don't know. Something more...
I don't know.
Pony-esque? We've already got Ponyville and Manhattan.
Exactly.
That'd be what Twilight would call a narrow-minded cultural...
You know what, Spike? I hope that room comes alive and does punch you in the face because we...
Assumption, Apollo.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. Let's see. It says here the race was going to be held on February 17th. Since the flyer was in this drawer, Overall must have planned on going.
And it would have been after Henny of the Hills debuted. Maybe he would have gone out to celebrate? or... Oh no.
What's going on? What's happening here?
Huh? What is it,
Oh
Cruzy?
my god.
It's just... You don't think he would have planned on proposing to Coco there either, do you? That'd make this even more sad.
Oh yeah,
No
that
point
really
speculating. Look, says here it would have been hosted at the Secretariat Race Course here in Manhattan.
Secretariat.
Wonder where that is. There's also a list of racers. Cross Counter,
Hijinks.
Florente, Hijinks.
Hey, look, Polly. That one is circled.
Give me the name.
So it is. Cruise Control.
Cruise Control. Is that the guy I've been thinking of for like the past 2 episodes of the case? Is that the blue cloud pony? No. Cruise Control. MLP Turnabout Storm. Is that the guy? The guy with the goggles? Oh, it is! Oh my, yes! Okay, we're finally getting Cruise Control. I completely forgot his name, but I was unfortunately spoiled, because I took a look at like the voice acting auditions and they had Cruise Control as one of the voice actors, and I'm just now realizing that I'm kind of spoiling you guys too, because shoot. But anyway, yeah, long story short, I'm quite excited to see Cruise Control return, have like a speaking role, all that kind of stuff. You know, like, what's this man been up to? It's been so long.
Hey, I know that guy. He was a part of Rainbow Dash's murder trial.
Okay, never mind. They're gonna explain it. They're gonna explain it. Never mind.
Twilight told me
No
all about
spoilers.
it. In
Just
fact,
a
I
quick
think he was a
second
suspect.
spoiler.
He knocked Mr. Wright unconscious too.
You're kidding!
Nuh-uh. He clobbered him right from behind.
Wouldn't be the first time. Mr. Wright's hacks on getting hit in the head like he's starting a collection.
Meanwhile, you're making a collection
Just don't get any
getting
coffee
thrown
on his face.
around.
It's not like I mean to.
Well, that's quite the coincidence. Small world, maybe?
Is it? Why would Overall circle Cruz's name, though? More importantly,
It's connected.
what was it doing in a false bottom? Was he hiding it? From who?
Is there anything else on there, by the way?
Let me see. Well, just one more thing. A statement on the supporters for the race. Jointly sponsored by the Wonderbolts and KMA.
KMA.
KMA!
Cause charismatic
You don't think-
That's gotta be Charismatic's Mayor Attic.
Interesting. Now we're getting somewhere.
One coincidence after another. Applejack's earlier words about the world's levers and pulleys are starting to sing a different tune. I'd say that's about it. Nothing else to this place.
Except for maybe
least this
lost
means the
dreams
police
and
did a good job,
souls
right?
and memories.
I wouldn't go that far, seeing as how an innocent pony is currently in detention.
Well, what's next, Apollo?
I say
We
we should
go
go to the Secretariat
to
Race
Wendy's.
Course. If Overall planned on going, it's worth checking out why. We might even run into this Cruise Control.
Nah, you
Then we can
won't.
question him, see what he knows, if anything.
If I know anything,
That's
Cruise Control is
great.
going to be a tough pony to
One
find.
problem, though. Does anyone know how to get there?
Get
I-
where?
I don't know.
Well, guess we're gonna have to ask around.
Howdy, y'all. I'm back.
Hey, welcome
Whoa,
back. How you
that was
doing? Did you
fast.
get my Burger
You
King?
already dropped off Sweetie Belle?
Yep. At first, she put up a bit of a fuss, but that's to be expected. Got her on the train eventually, even with all her grumbling. I won't lie, I felt a bit bad for her.
Who wouldn't? Anybody with a soul would have felt bad.
So, what's the situation?
We found a flyer for the Equestrian 600. We think it might be related to Overall's death. Here.
Oh, Secretariat Race Course. That's where this thing was gonna be held?
Yep. You, wouldn't happen to know where it is, do you?
As a matter of fact, I do. Looks like I arrived just in the nick of time.
Let's
I can
go.
get y'all there in 2 shakes of an apple tree.
You would? Oh, thanks, Applejack.
Does anybody have an apple tree that I can shake 2 times? You know, I just want to borrow it for this joke, you know, because it'll be kind of funny if I shake the tree twice and Applejack, like, hasn't taken them there yet, you know, and so that she lied. Wouldn't that be funny, guys? Wouldn't that be the most hilarious, funny thing that you've ever experienced in your life? Because I think I would die from laughing. I'm already dying from laughing on the inside. My heart has stopped. Hello, this is Mr. MLP's father. I am here to bring you the bad news that Mr. MLP himself has died right inside it, right on his chair. He is no longer with us. He can no longer continue the YouTube channel. I'm sniffing because I am so incredibly sad over my son's death. In his spirit, I may now continue on his journey in watching this thingamabob that I know nothing about, and I will react to it for you guys.
You're a lifesaver.
Think nothing of it. We're all doing this for Rarity after all.
Let's hope this produces some results.
February 21st, 12:30 p.m., 35 p.m. Manhattan. Secretariat race course.
This is the racetrack? Looks like they plucked it straight from a country fair.
I agree. This race doesn't look
He
very,
didn't
like,
give Ponyville
interesting.
a run for its money on account of how rural it looks. Pretty impressive, ain't it?
Yeah, impressively
Pretty
bad.
boring, actually, if you ask me.
Look at those stands. This place must be able to hold hundreds of ponies all at once. I bet it's pretty popular.
Our stadiums can hold
Yeah,
thousands.
I can imagine the turnout would be immense, especially if some pony's favorite racer is competing.
Like, say, for
It's
instance,
not completely
a
empty
Swift.
today, though, is it? I was hoping we could talk to some pony.
No, it ain't. Look over there. A janitor.
Hi, Mr. Janitor.
Keep up the
Or
good
Mrs.
work.
Janitor,
We
sorry.
appreciate it.
Guess some things stay the same no matter where you go in the big city. Every pony's always so busy.
They better free up some time for us then. Excuse me, sir?
Tornado acorn guy.
Excuse me?
Why are they... Hello? Are they
Please
NPCs?
don't force me to flash this ridiculous badge just to get your attention. Anything but that.
Polly, I think he might be too busy for us.
You know, he's very busy standing there and staring at the same spot that he's probably been staring at for the past 5 hours. I'm sorry if I couldn't distract you from staring immensely with a purpose. I'm so incredibly sorry, sir.
That better change right now. Let's see if he can ignore my cords of steel.
Cords of steel. Are you gonna sing?
No pony working here is gonna talk to some loud stranger coming up out of nowhere shouting all sorts of questions.
You there! Tell me where the local Zaxby's is! I want to eat some fries!
Especially a
I'll stop the
human.
presses.
Come on, think about it from their point of view.
Okay, actually, you know what? Guys, I'm gonna end the video here, you know, because of my very impressive joke. And actually, because I was gonna end the video after the last scene. But I forgot to do that. So, actually, no! I did not forget, because I just realized I am Mr. MLP's father. I didn't know he was gonna end the scene, he was gonna end the video at scene 2. So actually, since I'm Mr. MLP's father, I thought I would, you know, I just remembered that that's what I thought my son would probably do. So, you know, I just forgot to fulfill my son's wishes. So I will now fulfill my son's wishes.